Hello, good morning. We are going to record another video for you. I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more fun, a little more advanced for those of you that already do yoga and are just looking to continue your practice. So we're going to start on all fours. So for the moment, keep the toes untucked, right? Just find that stack of everything and start some cat-cows. Inhaling as you lift the sits bones in the heart. Exhaling as you move towards the belly. Really feel your breath as you go through these movements. I like to see when I'm doing my cat-cows if there can be a first point of movement. So a lot of times I like to make it my hips. So the hips will move first, and then you find that wave-like motion, and then the head moves last. You could also have this be the center of your back, or maybe you want it to be the head, or maybe it's just a nice fluid wave of whatever happens. Letting your body take over, and then any movement from your cat-cows that kind of help you warm up the body in any sort of way. I always like to come onto the fingertips, feel some movement there, really get my hands involved in the matter. And then maybe the hips drop around from side to side, you get some figure 8 motions going on. Luckily, the ego shouldn't be so involved here since we're not in a class, you're in your house and should really feel able to move any way that you want. Nobody watching. Maybe a child's pose calls you for a couple of breaths. And then whenever you're ready, start to make your way into a down dog. Any type of movement in your down dog, especially if it's your first one. Not quite warmed up at the moment, so let your feet move from side to side, let one knee bend and then the other. Maybe you want to drop the feet over, open up the side bodies. And then bottom of your exhale, a nice slow walk up to the top of the mat. Keep the bend in the knees. As you inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Nice and slow. See if the head can come up last. Everything hangs all the way up to standing. Arms reach up, find this length. And then exhale, swim the hands down to the heart. So we'll do one sun B, one sun A to find that warm up. So as you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep that same bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As you exhale, place the hands, step back to plank. Let's lower all the way down for this first one. Keep your elbows in. And then inhale for cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Any type of movement again in your down dog that you want. Maybe you just check your down dog, right? Roll out to your plank, push through the heels, and then keep the hands and the feet where they are. Take a bigger bend in the knees if you need it. Really hang your head here. No tension in the back of the neck. Bottom of the exhale, one big step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. All the way up. Exhale, back to the heart. Then you can take your sun B as fast or as slow as you want to. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale for chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step back to plank. All the way down or to your hover for up dog. Back to down dog. Once we come into down dog, right foot steps forward, left heel spins down, warrior one. Exhale, hands come back to the mat. Through Vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Inhale, steps the left foot forward. Warrior one. Exhale, come down. Through Vinyasa. Back to down dog again. 5 deep breaths here. Maybe you want a big exhale out of the mouth. Bottom of your 5th exhale, step or hop. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips, come into your chair pose. Inhale as you stand tall. Hands swim down to the heart. All right. Feet go as wide as your mat. And then interlace your fingers behind the back. Keep that bend in the knees. Pull down. As you exhale, find a forward fold. Maybe the hands want to stay here. Maybe they want to come down to ragdoll. Letting everything hang. Finding some movement back to forth, left to right. Talini always likes to make her debuts. As you exhale, hands come down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Then drop the hips down. Feet can stay open. Malasana. So if we need to, we could stay high here, right? And just kind of push into the knees, rock back and forth. If you have blocks at home, you could take a block underneath the sits bones and just rest there. Still pushing the knees into the elbows, elbows into the knees. If we don't need a block or if we don't have one, just like this, right? Think of your yogis in India, how they just stay like this. And really find this resistance. So as your elbows are pushing into the knees are pushing back into the elbows. Thumbs come towards the heart and then the heart lifts towards the thumbs. Crown of the head up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths here. As you exhale, hands come down, hips lift. Work your feet back to hip width distance. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift again as you inhale. This time, plant the hands, bend into the knees a lot. Hopefully I don't lose the mic while I do this. So as you exhale, hop back into your low plank. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale back to down dog. You can roll over the toes if you have that as part of your practice, or just step into it. So on your inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. As you exhale, step outside your right hand. Push through your left heel. Really find this length through the whole spine. See if your heart can reach even more forward. As you exhale, back knee comes down. Uncurl the toes if it's comfortable. Find this rock so you really start to open up that right side hip. And then pull back. Leave the right foot out to the right, half splits. Come back through center. We'll skip the vinyasa. So push back to your plank. Hold it there, then bend the knees as slow as you can. Back to down dog. Nice big breath here. Inhale your left leg up. Look for that length first. Then bend the knee, open up the hip. Exhale, step outside of your left hand. Find your length. So push through your heel. Chest stays open. As you exhale, back knee comes down. Find your little wiggle. Inhale, come back to the hands, curl your toes under. See if you can step back to that plank again. Hold your plank. Push through the heels, bend the knees, back to down dog. Feel out your body here. Take as many breaths as you need. And then on your inhale, roll forward out to your plank. So still find your stack, right, of your wrists and your shoulders. And then bend your knees, come onto your toes. So the knees are hovering. See if you can take a couple cat-cows here. And then back to down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Exhale, step outside of your right hand again. Push through that left heel. Drop your back leg. Open up, so left hand stays down, right hand comes to the inside of the knee. Push into it. Let that hip open up a little bit more. Same thing, we'll come back for half splits. Leg stays outside. This time, walk your hands to your left. Right, my left foot's gonna move with me. I'm gonna plant my right foot down and then pull the hips back. Back through center. Legs move with us. Bend back into your right knee, engage that left leg. Step back to plank. Nice and slow, back to your down dog. Inhale your left foot up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Exhale, outside that left hand. Same thing here, find your length, drop your back knee. Open up, so right hand stays down. Left hand pushes into the knee. Back through center, half split. Pull the hip back. Let the hands and the feet move. Come over to the right side. Ground your left foot, hips come back. So more and more into this, we could start to walk the hands forward. Maybe it feels good to walk one out to the side. And then back through center again. Back to your plank. Option here for a vinyasa, or come onto the tippy toes. Find those cat-cows in this hover. Then back to down dog. Nice deep breaths. As you inhale, right leg rises. Bend the knee in towards your nose, step through to the hands. Then push through that back leg, come all the way up. Find a nice lunge here. So, separate your shoulders from your ears. Reach your heart space up. Take a nice cactus with the arms. Inhale back up. Exhale to the mat. Right foot steps back through vinyasa or back to down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Round the knee to the nose, step through. Push through that back heel, all the way up. Shoulders separate from ears. Exhale, cactus open. Inhale up. Hands to the mat. Back to down dog, however you want. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. On your inhale, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. As you exhale, step outside of that right hand. So moving into a little arm balance here. Hopefully you'll be able to see me just fine. We could stay right here, right? And just keep pushing through this leg, through this heel. Or we could start to work the shoulder underneath the knee. So if I come underneath my knee, my right hand is gonna stay right where it is. Then my left hand's gonna come in, so my elbow creates a shelf for my rib cage. So from here, I just want to see if I can lift my right leg, come down on that shelf, and then maybe my back foot lifts. So, we'll try it on the other side. Step back. Wiggle out your hips in your down dog. Maybe take a child's pose if you need. And if you're still working on that right side, just pause the video and then we'll go on to the left. So from your down dog on the left side, inhale the leg up, bend the knee, open up. As you exhale, step outside of your left hand. So again, pushing through that right heel, right? Finding this leg. And then left hand comes under. Work the shoulder under, leave that hand where it lies. Right arm comes in. From here, see if you can straighten that left leg. Bring the rib cage down. Maybe the right foot goes up. And it's a lot of counterbalance too. And then back to down dog. Wiggle it out. Maybe take a vinyasa if you want. Push back to child's pose. If embryo pose feels better, hands back towards the feet. Knees come closer, tiny. Shh. If you want some side to side, roll the forehead out, move the hips from side to side. Another good option here is to have the hands forward. Pull them back so the shoulders are actually relaxing here. So forearms should be rested on the mat. And then you can bring the hands together. Elbows push into the earth and the fingertips come back towards the spine. You can take Kali Mudra with the hands too, so just the forefingers out. And then when you're ready, come forward. Walk the hands out. Talini is not happy about something. Hands come forward, toes curl under, into your down dog. Feel out your down dog. Any movement that you want here. As you inhale, roll out to your plank. Push through your heels, right? Tuck your tailbone under. We'll do the right side first. So start to roll over on your side. If you want the modification, left foot's down in front, and then I can lift my hips as high as I need to. If we're going for the full thing, feet are stacked, hips still high, arm up. Nice and strong here, and then come back through center. Roll over to your other side. Reach the arm up, keep the hips up high. Back through center. You could stay in your plank and push back to down dog, or move through a vinyasa. From your down dog, nice little walk up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale as you fold forward. And then again, nice and slow. Roll up. Shoulders come back. So this moment of standing here, right before our standing poses, take your Tadasana, drop your rib cage down. Just breathe. Feel your breath. Feel the crown of the head up towards the sky. Really feel your feet rooted here. Maybe say a little mantra. Maybe you're just thankful for your health, right? For this alone time or this space to pause. Looking at this social distancing or quarantining as a positive thing. Always taking that time to just come back and feel your breath out. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Let it out of your mouth. All right, so we'll go into figure 4 here. Another chance for an arm balance. And I'm not the best at it, so I'll show you as best I can. Toes are gonna come together to touch. We're going to go into our chair pose. So hands come to the heart, bend the knees, drop the hips, touch the floor for good luck here. And then inhale as you come up. Hands come back to the heart. So really ground into your right foot. Left ankle stacks on top. So from right here, right, I can really want to feel it in the hip by just pulling this hip back. Maybe my chest comes down just a little bit more. This is a great place to stay. More than this, maybe the chest comes down a little bit lower and I just fly the arms. Maybe one day you'll pick up your right foot and just fly away. More than that, hands come down. And if my hands come down, I'm going to start to wrap my toes on my arm. Same idea here with the shelf, chaturanga arms, and then my knee comes down. So it looks a little something like this. And then from there, back foot maybe flies. Woo! So if your back foot is flying, it's gonna take all of your core strength to get it straight. I'm not gonna fall over again and show you that, but you guys got it. And then the fun part is back the same way that you came. Into your chair, standing tall. Shake out your sides. Get ready for the other side. So again, into your chair pose, touching the floor for luck. Hands to the heart. Left foot balances, right foot on top. Bring the hips back. Right, just feel that out. More than this, hands come down or fly open. Wrap your foot. Create that shelf. And then from here again, if you want, back foot lifts. Maybe you're straightening the leg. And then same thing on this side. Back the way that we came. Into your chair. Hands to the heart. Wiggle out your hips again. And then take your feet as wide as your mat. Interlace the hands, roll the shoulders back, bend the knees, fold forward. Same thing, if the hands want to come down, maybe ragdoll, maybe they'll just rest. What's really, really nice is kind of rubbing out your legs, right? Rubbing out your calves. Just a little bit of self-touch, a little reassurance from yourself, just that this love is here inside of you. And then hands come down, toes come out. Drop your hips down into Malasana. Thumbs in front of the heart. Heart reaching towards the chest or towards the thumbs. One more arm balance here. So if you want to try for crow, Hands come down, and this is when that squeezing and pushing comes into place here. So if you have 2 blocks, trying this at home for the first time, you could set up your blocks 2 different ways. Maybe I'm really scared to go forward and I have one underneath my head or one underneath my feet. So hips stay high, right? And they stay on the arm, or the knees stay on the arms. And then I'm still squeezing. From here, maybe my feet come onto the block, right? And then my head can come onto the block. And then I can start to lift my feet and my head as I feel comfortable. Maybe the feet and the head stay down and we just stay right here. You decide. If you're not using the block at all, maybe you shoot back. Meeting back in your down dog. And then from your down dog, roll forward out to a plank. As you exhale, nice and slow, all the way to the earth. Uncurl the toes. Pull the shoulders back for cobra. Exhale, lower down. 3 super cobras. Fingertips nice and wide. As you inhale, roll up. Head comes up last. Exhale, lower down. As slow as you can. Inhale takes you up. Exhale takes you down. You don't have to drop the head back either if you don't want to. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down. And then hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself back to all 4s. Take a couple of cat-cows here. And then spin the feet around. Come into a seat. Take your legs nice and wide to start. So, options again with the blocks. Check my mic here. If this is my posture, I'm definitely going for blocks behind the back, right? I can just put them back here, hang out. You could even kind of move the flesh to your advantage and keep your toes flexed back towards your knees. Just stay here and hang out. If you want a little bit more, if you fold forward, we want to try and keep the spine nice and long. So a nice propping from here, if we're going down pretty low, is 1 block underneath the belly and 1 block underneath the chest or the head. So in this pose, if we come all the way down, the belly touches before the chest. Maybe the block comes to meet you and then you can take hands out. They could be in front. Another nice option is just to follow the block with the heart. So never going past my point, I can always back off and I can always come right back to hands behind the back. Just feel out the pose. Maybe it feels good to point your feet versus flexing them if you grew up dancing, or if that just feels better for you, go there. And then bring the knees into your chest. Go ahead, come onto your back. And if you have a block, take it with you. So first, block goes in between the knees, right? The knees are still squeezing the block together. My heels are worked back towards my glutes, as close as they can get. And then notice this part of your back that's not touching the earth. Curl your tailbone under so it is touching, right? Squeeze your knees together. Make sure your booty is squeezed too. We want to protect our low back here. Then as you inhale, lift the hips. Don't worry how high the hips go. Just squeeze the block, squeeze your butt. If you want more, you can come onto the tippy toes. keep pushing into the backs of the arms and even come onto the tops of the shoulder blades. Before you exhale down, hands come over the head, backs of the arms on the mat, lower one vertebra at a time. My heels are gonna come down last. And then move the block. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take this moment to feel your breath again, to notice where it moves the body, to find this gratitude within the body that you have this breath inside of you, that you're living on this earth. Even though we're going through this shift, you're still here. All right, so next back bend. If you want bridge, you could take your normal bridge. If wheel is in your practice and you want to go there, work the feet back towards you. Hands will come towards your shoulders, fingertips facing your shoulders, and see if you could keep your feet parallel, right? Try not to let them open up too much, just because we want to keep squeezing the legs together. As you inhale, lift up. So my gaze is gonna stay down my nose, my shoulders are gonna drop away from my ears here. I'm still squeezing my booty. If we ever want to move in this pose, the legs stay. The hands move closer. And then before you come down, move the hands back to where they were. Lower down nice and slow. Take your legs as wide as your mat. Let both the knees fall to the right side. And then lift your left arm up. Feel all this length in your side body. If you are someone that likes to hook the foot on the knee, do that, but make sure you don't feel it in your low back. And then hand on the belly. Feel that breath again. Come back through center. Switch the legs out, switch the arm out. Switch your gaze. Feel out your breath. Knees back through center. Bring them in for happy baby. Actually, first grab the outsides of the knees, right? Pull them in towards you. And then take your happy baby. Insides or outsides of the feet. A little rock from left to right. And if this version of happy baby is unavailable, my favorite version is bringing the knees in towards the elbows and then just interlacing the middle fingers. And let the feet come down, and it's like a big hug for yourself. You can still rock and move. And then supine twist. So if you have a favorite, go there. Otherwise, keep that right knee into the chest. Let the left leg go long. So first, just squeeze your knee in. See how close you can get it to your chest. And then open it up. See if you could squeeze it towards your armpit. Take a nice big breath, and as you exhale, across the body. Right arm goes out long. We want to ground the shoulders here. And then for the full twist, the gaze will go over that right shoulder as well. Feel out the space that you're creating here and kind of push your hip down. Your knee can glide away a little bit. Breathe into your rib cage. And then come back through center, switch out the legs. So left knee comes in, squeeze it to your chest. And then open up, squeeze it towards your armpit. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale across the body. Again, shoulders stay grounded. Left arm out long. Move the hip away from you as much as you can. Feel the breath in the side body. So especially in these poses, if you have those blocks and you find yourself here, put a block underneath your knee. That way you can bring your shoulder back down. And inhale back through center. Squeeze the knees in towards you. Bring your head up to meet your knees. Give each one a kiss. A nice little ball here. Silently whisper an I love you to yourself, to your body. And then as you exhale, take your Shavasana. So make sure you're comfy. Let your feet flop out. Undo your hair. Let your hands face up. Take a nice big in-breath and let it out of your mouth. You're with your natural breath here. Letting go of the practice and of your day. And see if you can just feel your body melt into the earth. Almost as if you're giving your body to the earth. Letting yourself be one. When you're ready, the breath will start to deepen. Feel that movement again. And wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Full body stretch. And then bend your knees. Roll over to your side, whichever side feels better. And take this moment on your side to start to say thank you. Maybe it's harder for you to show up on your mat at home than it is to get in a class. So an extra special thank you here. And when you're ready, use the strength of your arms, push up to a seat. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice how the breath feels in the body. Bring your hands in front of your heart and just feel your right hand against your left. Gratitude here again for this breath, for this life. Wish the benefits of this practice out to all beings, near and far, those who need it the most. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye and bow. Namaste.